So I can't read any of these words?
No, we'll have to censor you.
None of them?
Nope, well, you might get demonetized.
You know what we're filming, right? We might just have to take the L with this one, yo. I did the first one, demonetized. I censored myself in the last one, demonetized. So welcome to hopefully not the last episode of good anime you can't watch in public. I use the word good very liberally this time around, and you'll see why in a little bit. Unless you decide to support the channel on Coffee, because I can't really afford to keep pitching these videos at Adrian because his respect for me is already down here. Plus we make no money with it, bro.
I like the videos, we just can't do them.
So please help, because I want to keep doing it. Sorry how strong here, we've got Shimoneta. Oh, we're coming out the gates with the underwear one. Strong left hook right at the beginning. See, there's Captain Underpants and then there's Shimoneta. Basically the same except for one really tiny difference. Instead of wearing the underwear as, you know, underwear, our main characters, Taniguchi and Ayame, wear them on their faces to conceal their identities, as one does. The best I feel like underwear isn't that great of a face concealer. The eyes are the most descriptive thing, and it's just right over your nose, which can't smell. All right, anyway. But why are they even doing this? If you're gonna wear underwear on your face, I'm sure there's a half decent reason, right? Other than wearing it. Well, to give an idea for the show, I'm going to read the basic premise from the wiki, of course. In a dystopian future, the Japanese government is cracking down on any perceived immoral activity, from using risque language to distributing, we can't say that, no. Materials in the country, to the point where all citizens are forced to wear high-tech devices called peacemakers at all times that analyze every spoken word and hand motions for any action that could break the law, which is essentially what's happening now with me and YouTube. I just want to talk about the stuff. They won't let me say the other things. Basically, they're hiding themselves because they're vigilantes or heroes, however heroic. Wearing, you know, panties on your face is, pretty sure that's a crime, like a regular crime. For regular people. Now, the show is already pretty perverse on its own, but it gets 10 times worse when you meet Anna, who, oddly enough, is the student council president, i.e. she's in charge of the no sex movement, and she's the most sexual on the show. I'm not kidding, that really makes me upset. And she doesn't know what it is.
What? She's been sexually repressed her entire life, and when she gets one little taste of it.
Pun not intended, literally taste. There's a scene where she, I can't say it. She's a goody two-shoes, so naturally, when exposed to everything that's happening in the show, her repressed amoral desires get worse and worse until she eventually makes, and I quote, nectar cookies. Sounds exactly like we think it is. Who calls it nectar? Is it?
No!
Can we roll the clip? Please, just roll the clip. Stop! No! Oh! I didn't notice that part before. What? She's rubbing her. No! It gets worse. Oh, I forgot how bad this show was.
What are you playing? How are you playing it more?
Like with all of these, you watch it and you think it's terrible, and then you're gonna keep watching. My reaction. All right, let's move on. It does get worse. I gotta talk about one scene if we have a second. I think I showed it. I sent it to Dory. It was basically, it was the scene where she basically, they're outside and then she like upside down Nelson's him and then like.
Oh no!
It's a real show that real people made. But anyway, whatever. Mysterious girlfriend X, like, left hook, strong right jab. Now that we've wet our palate, let's get into some more grimy territory here. Oh yeah, I can't wait to watch this again.
もう昔の思い出はいらない。今日から浦部が俺の彼女になるんだから。どうした?
Alright, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm not the best person to talk to about relationships. I got a whole channel about why I'm bad at it. But I do know this. That usually doesn't happen. Not in my experience. Or maybe I'm just doing it wrong. Bro, they didn't throw up saliva when they dated you. They don't love you. But if you do, I won't judge you. That's your thing. Can we talk about his reactions? Like, she just threw up like massive amounts of saliva on the ground. His reaction's like, what's wrong? And what's even crazier is I saw this scene before we filmed this.
Whenever something makes me really happy, a flood of drool spills out of my mouth.
What? And this is definitely some end arc stuff. He confessed his love to her and she threw up, spit on the ground. Should be last episode. This is the first episode. We started with this. Actually, I take it back. We shouldn't keep making these videos. You see, the whole concept behind Mysterious Girlfriend X is that there's this new mysterious transfer student, Urabe. Mysterious transfer student, and that's half the name of the show. And then she's gonna be his girlfriend. So now she's Mysterious Girlfriend X instead of Mysterious Transfer Student X. Brilliant writing. Our main boy Tsubaki finds her sleeping in a puddle. Our main boy Tsubaki finds her sleeping in a puddle of her own drool after school let out. So like a good Samaritan, he wakes her up, but is low-key interested in that puddle drool. And like any logical person, tastes it and gets addicted to it. He had the shakes like he was like, there's a lot of drool in the show and saliva swapping, but not in the conventional way. Now, I've read the manga, unfortunately. And the manga isn't that bad at all. But the thing about manga is that it isn't dynamic. Like you're not watching the saliva drip in real time. Animated though, that's a whole new world right there. And I hate it. It makes me feel really nasty. Like, why is it so detailed? Why is the spit the most beautifully animated thing on the show? Stop it! I hate that scene so much, but it was gorgeously made. And it's really upsetting. Why they put the full animation budget in like a girl throwing up saliva? This is someone's life work right here. Can we give a shout out to lead fluid dynamics animator or whatever the hell they call the person in charge of animating this? Because clearly they found their calling and it's to ruin my life and my dignity. There's spit in every episode. Every episode. Don't watch it in public, please. I'm having heart palpitations doing this video.
Just thinking about it.
Now, usually on the show, I like to talk about older anime, but for this one, it's kind of recent. Like last season recent. The one that's literally about girls having sex.
No. No.
Oh, maidens in your savage season. The one that's literally about girls talking about sex. Thankfully not having. I'm glad that was a mispronunciation. I mean, the first episode ends with our main girl, just walking in on her friend doing very wholesome activities, like really chill activities. Try explaining watching that to a friend looking over your shoulder. Yeah, it's not that easy. Oh Maidens, which is what I'm calling it now because the actual title is too long, although appropriately titled, These Girls Are Quite Savage, follows the girls in this high school literature club. They talk about sex, but in literature. It's really high class, really highbrow stuff, y'all, all right? And that's what makes it okay, right? But I gotta admit, the art is amazing and the interactions between characters feel authentically awkward. And the plot, well, it's there. But that art, that's what I'm talking about. It's like a watercolor painting. Kinda reminds me of Wandering Sun, which also look nice. Honestly, there's a lot of questionable things that happen on the show, like this character. And that kind of brings my overall enjoyment down a level. And no one wants to watch that because they don't want to go to jail. Actually, not as a joke. What the hell's happening here? Dog, stop it.
Stop looking at it.
But the show's still good. If you want any more convincing, you can take a look at this video I saw from Scamboli Reviews. Honestly, he's really good at breaking it down. So yeah, go check him out. We'll do it after this video because we really need the watch time. And I need this video to do good so I can keep talking about and shaming these shows, so please. You know this video is wild because Adrian's putting up extra sound foam for the things we're saying. He's literally putting up extra sound foam in the corner because it's getting bad.
You got that right.
Now, I wanna talk about Future Diary, but first, did you know the writer of Future Diary has a whole other manga? It's called Big Order, and apparently it's got an anime adaptation. I know what's gonna happen. Don't Oh, no! What the just happened? I hate you, man. I hate this. I'm never coming back. This is my last video. This is the last anime you can't watch in public, and this is my last video on the channel, y'all. I'm done. Whoever edits this, I'm sorry. Jacob, dude. You see this shit, right? I'm definitely gonna watch it after this, after we finish recording. I'm gonna watch Big Order. I'm just curious. You know what? I'm just talking about Future Diary now. You know, the one with the yandere. So Fortnite came out and now everybody and their dog knows what a battle royale is.
Nope, can't do it. I'm sick of your shit.
Y'all got angry when we mentioned Fortnite in our Fate starter pack, but like, look at this graph. Battle Royale isn't just synonymous with Fortnite, okay? And we'll be dealing with the implications of that for generations. But back to the anime. So the premise is that God takes 12 people and equips them with cell phones that have diary entries from the future. It sounds a lot more lame when you say it out loud. For real. And then forces them to fight each other, battle royale style, so that they can become the next god. We've got your standard anime protagonist, Yuki, the yandere queen, Yuno, a high school teacher. Then there's a police captain, a 4-year-old boy, a cult leader, a loving couple, a large and strangely shaped woman. Look, that's what the wiki says, it's not me. But it's definitely not wrong. She looked like she's from a different show. And she always was T-posing. like she looked like her model was loading for the majority of the show. An atheist terrorist, a rich man who loves dogs, a mayor, and last but not least, a man in a mask. And I tried looking for some good pictures of this man. Whenever I clicked image gallery on the wiki, it would just take me to the Target homepage. He basically looks like if the store franchise Target was a person, but with a lot more kidnapping. Now, what's great about Future Diary are the characters. You learn about their motives, their desires, and what makes them unique from one another. And they're just super exaggerated versions of people you would see in real life. But also the characters are the reason you can't watch the show without getting stares. They do some really fucked up shit. Do I have to mention that there's literally a 4-year-old in this battle royale? But the character to look out for is Yuno. Not really a spoiler, but Yuno loves Yuki, like really loves him. Like I wouldn't want that level of love. And I'm really lonely. There's one scene where she basically kidnaps him and chains him to a chair in his underwear. Well, all right, to be fair, they're both in their underwear. Actually, that's not really a good point. That's still bad. And somehow I'm not talking about Shimoneta right now. Anyway, she's got him chained up, she's feeding him, and it's not even the worst thing.
Do you remember when he goes, oh Yuki, it's pee-pee time?
Yeah! Oh no.
That's the worst part.
I just got it for a second. Doing these are exhausting. But yeah, that happens. Yuno's a monster, but she's our monster. So do check the show out, but not in public. Very bad idea. Speaking of monsters, why is everybody trying to bone them? Great transition. We're gonna talk about Monster Musume. Monster Musume is one of those shows where you start it out of curiosity, and then you finish it in shame. I'm not gonna lie, okay? I watched every episode, and I feel bad, okay? At least I have remorse. I feel like a criminal. The show is basically about a guy who's taking in these refugee monsters. Like transfer students, but instead of being students, they live with you. Instead of being human, they have like snake tails. And we've got quite the colorful cast of girls that make me question the things I'm into. We've got Snake Girl, who's just that, a snake girl. Probably my favorite, really cute. I'm really bad about that, I'm sorry. Centaur lady. Her biggest quality is that she has a sword. And also, she's a horse. There's also a harpy who's really dumb and had a literal birth during the season. Pretty sure she's a kid as well. So that was kind of strange. And after that, it's a bunch of side characters who aren't necessarily as important as our main three, but are equally as scantily clad. There's a mermaid lady in a wheelchair, a spider girl who's unfortunately, I could genuinely say, I was like, dude, she's hot. The spider lady's character arc in the show was, people are scared of me because I'm a spider. And I was like, dude, I think I'm into spider legs now. After what? I'm really glad my parents don't watch this. Oh, and the slime one, which is straight out of it. who can morph her body. She can morph into like a regular slime, like, you know, one of those things from Dragon Quest. She can morph into a giant monster thing. She can morph into like a regular sized, very typical anime woman, if that's what you're into. Or if you're into jail, she can morph into a child. She can morph into a lot of things. And every episode, they basically go on some adventure. Adventure, I use that word very liberally. But I gotta say, I enjoyed the show. If you take away all the fan service, it does have its very special moments. And it's a lot different from your typical harem shows, which unfortunately I'm a connoisseur of. And this one's like a little bit higher. It's a grade higher. I wouldn't say good. It's definitely a anime you shouldn't watch in public, but you might want to think about checking it out. So next we have Darling in the FranXX. You know, the one with the sexy mechs. So to boil it down to basics, Darling in the FranXX is just Evangelion with sexy mechs and very questionable piloting positions and teenagers. Like, whose idea was this? Were they like sitting in a room watching Pacific Rim or something? Like, oh dude, I like this pod idea. I think the only thing it's missing is I think they should be like doing it during the thing. It'll be perfect. What? I think they should be like doing it. This is like pity applause. Now, if you've seen our 2018 Anime We Watched video, you know my feelings about Darling in the FranXX. But don't worry, I'll just give it to you again in a lot shorter words, because I'd love to talk about Darling FranXX as little as possible. First half of the show, actually really fantastic. We've got great world building, great plot, very slow, interesting information about the world, great setup. It's gonna be great. We're gonna have a fun time. Second half of the show, aliens. Where did we get any it gets me heated every time.
It came out of nowhere.
Still, that's only my opinion. If you want to watch a fun show by Trigger, then check out
Little Witch Academia.
Wait.
And last but not least, Yusuga no Sora. What the hell is Yusuga no Sora?
Well, you see, it's
So it's just a porn. I think you just described a regular to me. You know, so we started this series with Eromanga Sensei, right? And then we decided to push it just a little bit further with Ore-Emo. And now we might push it just a little bit too far with this one. I've never felt so demonetized before. All right, dude, listen, man, I gotta speak out for all the people who actually have sisters to say, stop. It's time to stop. You people who don't have sisters, you don't know how gross your thing is. I know you're lonely and you think it'd be cool to date someone who's just like you, but not that much. That's too much. If we're talking DNA, that's way too much. But it can't be that bad. Like, it's on Crunchyroll, all right? It's a wholesome site, not sponsored. Yeah, wrong, okay? It is that bad. Where's the line? Where's the line? This isn't a Nux Taku video, okay? I can't cover this. All right, questionable anime aside, I gotta be real with y'all for a bit. I really like making these videos, unfortunately. And I expose myself to a lot of trash and do a lot of work to get these videos out because it's fun and I feel like y'all think so too. But we joke about it a lot, but I really can't keep getting demonetized while making these videos. And it'd be cool to have the freedom to talk about what we want just a little bit more liberally without wondering if I'm gonna get fired. So if you wanna help me out and you wanna see more good anime you can't watch in public and just regular anime you can't watch in public, I set up a tip jar for the channel over on Ko-fi. It's basically like Patreon, but without the whole monthly payments thing. Just a little dink in our jar. If I and you guys can help get the channel enough tips, we can get back to making more of these kinds of videos that are very questionable. And I know you like that, because I do. We're both problematic together. If not, it's totally okay, but if you'd love to help us out, that'd be awesome, because I'd like to keep my job. But seriously, it'd be really cool if you could help us out. So consider donating. I'm Kurt, this is GetintheRobot, your anime watch list.